Howdy, howdy, everybody out there in YouTube land. So today we're doing a little bit of a chitty chat vlog style. We don't really have anything here on the table. We might go into a couple of other things, might talk about some other things, but really what we're talking about today is this. So if you watch the end of the Monster Bicycle review video that I just did, then we started talking about this. What are we going to do on the channel? What is going to happen in the future? So who knows? Right now we're doing toy reviews, which I'm going to be ordering a magic kit for Monday. So we'll actually have a kit. And what I'm going to do with that video is I'm going to open it, because that's what we do. We're going to review the stuff that's in it. And then we might do breakdown videos, if depending on how many things are in there. We might do individual videos on those things as well. Who knows? We're just trying to get content up. For one thing, obviously we need content, but two, we want to make sure that what we're getting is going to make sense for you. So in the past I said I bought the $1 kit. Okay, that's fine, but that's filler. Let's be honest. So really what I want to buy is I want to jump right to the, I want to buy the kits that are going to make sense for beginners, because that's what we are. We are beginner magicians. There might be magicians on here who are a little bit more advanced, and that's fine. If you're a mid-strength magician, you know who we're talking about. Anyway, so what are we going to buy that's going to be beneficial to us? Because that's what this channel is all about. That's what I'm trying to bring to you guys, is I watch all these other channels, and I try to get the stuff that's going to make sense. Now, there are cards, there are playing cards that you can collect, there are playing cards that you can play with, there's all sorts of different playing cards. So that's one thing. We're doing deck reviews, and we're going to be pretty consistent with that, but what I want to try to do is get more into the Kickstarters. So I'm on Kickstarter every couple of days checking to see what's on there. There are a couple that I do want to back, which I'm still waiting for the ones that I backed previously. The Luxury Knox, which it takes time, because you're funding a project, then they have to submit that project, then they have to wait for production of that product, then they have to get that product in, and then they have to ship it out. So I understand that the cards aren't even made yet, so I get that. And so as I'm on this journey myself to create playing cards, I get that it's going to take time. But I do want to be on Kickstarter, because these are the new cards that are going to be coming out. I don't want to just do bicycles. Bicycles are great. You can pick them up at Walmart, Rite Aid, Walgreens, all the places that you want to pick them up, you can pick them up. But what I want to start doing is I want to start reviewing cards that might not be necessarily on the market, so to speak. They might be available on a website, they might be from a specific person's design, all that stuff. So when I review stuff, I want to review stuff that's going to make sense to you guys. I do enjoy buying the pop toys, because they go behind me, they're cool stuff that I can show you, but there isn't really much to review about them, because they're not posable, they're displayable. I just put them behind me, and I do want to get this section of my corner here, I want to rearrange it. I do have the rest of my room here that I don't really have space for. I only have half the room, just so you know. Only half. This half of the room is mine, the other half is other stuff. So that's just the way it is, but as we're developing the channel, we want to figure out ways that we can utilize this space more efficiently. If that means putting up a backdrop, if that means painting, whatever that means, what do you guys want to see? Because I want you guys to have a choice in the matter, simply for the fact that this whole video, this whole channel is an experiment of how can I do this full time, and in order for me to do that, I need to know what people want to see. So obviously I want to start reviewing stuff that people are going to be interested in, of course. I also want to be able to title my videos, and I want to be able to have thumbnails that are good. So take a look at my last couple of thumbnails and figure out, what do you prefer more? If I do the deck review, is it okay if I've done, just today I did multiple different styles of thumbnails, but I either did the cards are displayed on the table, or I'm holding the cards, so you can see my face in the thumbnail. What do you prefer in the thumbnail? Does it just depend on the cards? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on my thumbnails? A little bit of interaction going here, just so we can see what I can do differently. What do you prefer? That's really the biggest question here. For my channel and for what I do, we started showing my face, and I'm absolutely happy with this. This cube isn't solved. Sorry. Squirrel moment. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's the questions. The questions of the day are, what are we going to be doing on the channel? We've decided that we're going to go live twice a month. So next weekend we will be going live on Saturday. And then we've also decided that, well, that's all we've decided. So next week, and then, so basically there's going to be because there's 4 weeks, so every other week there's going to be a live stream. But what are we going to do on the live streams? That's the question. Are we going to talk magic theory? Are we going to talk about magic? What do you guys want to see on those live streams? Do we want to do a giveaway every 2 weeks? You know, a deck of cards, a magic trick, you know, anything like that? What do you guys want to see? I know in the past, I just want to be honest with you guys. The giveaway stuff has not made it to the post office. I feel horrible about this. I am struggling immensely with this. It's gonna go out. It is. It's gonna go out because I know K Studio asked me earlier if I've sent it out yet. I have not. I'm trying to. I gotta find the right time. That's really what it comes down to. Is I've got to have the time to do that because I can do it from the house. I have a printer. I can probably print the stuff off and then drop it off. So maybe I should do that instead. That's what my wife keeps telling me. So I probably should listen to her. That'd probably be a good idea. So if I do it from the house here and then I just drop it off, then I can have it sent out for you. Hopefully this week it will be sent out by this weekend. That way on the live stream, you know, I can say, hey, I got that stuff sent out. We're all good to go. As far as other stuff that we've got going on, one thing in general to talk about is that David and I also do blacksmithing. If you go back to February of last year, we uploaded a pizza axe video that I helped David with because he did most of the work. But we do both have setups at our house for blacksmithing, for making stuff. And I don't necessarily want to, like, I've done food on the channel before, especially if it pertains to Twinkies, and I made cupcakes and stuff, and we made the pizza because it was a pizza axe. So I don't know if I'm going to include that stuff on this channel anymore because I've really narrowed down what I'm doing. Is it's going to be magic toys or pop toys that are for my display basically, and then we're doing deck reviews pretty substantially, and then we're doing magic theory on Fridays. So we're basically just talking about magic. That's also the day that I talk about what I've been practicing, which now that we're doing the live practices, it's basically similar. Like on Friday I'm also going to be doing book reviews of the 3 books that I have right now. I also have that social media stuff that I'm going to be doing. So there's a lot of stuff happening, but those things take time to really build and to really put out there. So that's really what we're talking about as far as what are we doing with the channel? Where are we going with the channel? We're trying to build the channel. So if you guys enjoy what we talk about, I also do sprinkle in, like I said, that social media stuff. I also sprinkle in YouTube advice stuff because I have a Patreon, but I didn't actually, I launched it and I got to take it down because I'm just not doing anything with it because I didn't understand what I was doing. Let's be for real. So basically what I had on there was like, if you pay me money, then I'll put your name in my videos. Yeah, I mean, that's cool and all if you're a bigger channel and stuff. And I already do that anyway for the supporters that I have, so it's not that big of a deal. Plus, I don't really edit my videos enough to really do that. And if you have a channel or if you have something that you want, I'll just shout it out or just, you know, put it on the video. But stuff like that. Let's see, what else am I thinking about? Oh, and the other thing I was going to do was I was going to launch a series on Patreon for step-by-step instructions about how to get everything set up, which I've already started doing on the channel as well. So maybe that's more like the free content, and then I have like private videos that I have set up for you know, how to build confidence and how to actually talk to the camera and not care if you stumble over your words, you know, stuff like that you really have to practice with, because you got to upload 100 videos. That is the first rule for everybody. You have to have a video catalog and you have to have experience to upload more videos. So that's really the big deal. And that is why I have been pushing so hard to get multiple videos up every couple of days or videos every day, because I have a back catalog of 340 some videos that I had before I started doing the magic stuff. So that is what's making me money right now. The new stuff that I'm posting day to day, that hasn't really gained any traction. I'm still making money on my old videos. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to rebuild my channel and redefine the brand that I'm working with, and trying to gain new followers with the stuff I have now. If I can still make money on the old stuff and start to build revenue with the new stuff, fantastic. Then we know we're heading in the right direction. And that's really what we're trying to do, because that's why we have, going into the other things, I had Patreon. That was a failed experiment. I want to update it, maybe just do away with it altogether. But I could try to do it again if you guys are interested in that, but I really don't know what I would do. And then I have Redbubble merch. So there's, I think it's called Teespring or just Spring Store or something like that. There's Redbubble. Basically, you just upload a design and then you can sell products with that design on it. So if you want to help out the channel, go ahead and buy some merchandise from there. I'm going to be doing a third design pretty soon. I have 2 up there right now. I'll have to post it, and I'll have to put the link down below, and we'll make sure that we get the link right. I'm not sure why the link wasn't working the first time. And then I also do Amazon affiliate marketing. So I haven't been doing it a whole lot lately, just because I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. But basically what that means is, if the product that I'm reviewing is available on Amazon, I will have the link down below so that you guys can pick it up. And if you buy it from my link, then I get money. So it's really one of those things where if you're already buying it anyway, that's just one thing. So that's how I'm planning on making money on the channel. So that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to build the revenue from multiple different sources so that we can have an income. I really do enjoy the idea of a Patreon, but I don't really know what I would do unless I'm focusing primarily on like the Patreon. Maybe if I'm doing the social media classes and doing the how to build your YouTube channel, maybe that's all I'm doing. However, I barely have 4,000 subscribers, and I'm only getting like 10 to 15, maybe 20 views on each video. So is there really anything that I'm doing that is going to be special or unique to you guys? Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can gain from watching my videos, but then again, I can always push you in the direction of somebody else who is a little bit more experienced and has the credibility of the check mark next to their name. That's always the big thing. If you've got the 1,000, the verified check mark, then you know you're golden. So yeah, all these things that we're talking about for the channel, this is basically an open forum for you guys. If you want to comment down below or just message me separately on Instagram or on Facebook, then we can go ahead and do that. If you want me to start a Discord, I can look into starting a Discord channel so that we can all have a place to kind of just chat together. That's what other channels have done. If you want me to reinvest in my Patreon and try to get that up and running, I really have like 4 people that are here every day watching my videos, but I do have some random people. I was on live stream yesterday, and if you're out there watching, just drop a comment. It's okay. It's okay. We're all friends here. Somebody joined and was watching for part of it, and then never said anything. So I just want you to know that I'm just a guy talking to a camera. You know, we're just having fun. That's all we're trying to do. Trying to have fun. Trying to build our channel, and just have a good time. So if you're out there and you're watching, then just enjoy along with us. If we mess up, it's fun. That's all it is. It's about having a good time. And if I can help you, I will. If my information is incorrect, tell me. Just say, hey, I just checked with somebody and that's not right. And I'll say, great, let me go watch that, and then I can correct myself, because we're learning. It's all part of the process of learning and building together. And we all have to stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. because that's all we got left. That's all we can do. What else can we do, really? Right? So let me finish up this cube for you guys. And we'll send you, let's see here, there we go. Beautiful. There's that one. That one is right. That one is right. So we'll go here. And it's all starting to come together. And here it is. The finish. Solved. The magic cube. We could also do some voices. I've been practicing with doing different voices. I did tell you the one time that I like to write. I haven't written anything substantial in a long time, but I do enjoy writing. So I can read that stuff. But I have voices. Let's see if I can do voices. I try anyway. I try to do voices. So this is my regular voice, and then, hello, this is Jesse Champlin. Then I have my narrator or announcer voice. Yeah. There's not much more than that. Everything else that I try to do just comes across as I do have a story for you, a really weird one, because when I was a kid, I got in trouble for this. My brother and I, we were David. We were doing we were talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, probably really terrible accents, just to say, probably very terrible. But we were talking like him, and we were doing it for half a day. It was 10 hours. I don't even know how long it was, but it was we were doing it so long that when we got yelled at for doing it, I literally couldn't stop doing it. It was really weird. Something weird about it. I got stuck in the accent. So when I tried not to talk in the accent, it still is what came out. So I don't know if that was just this weird psychological thing, or I don't know. So, but I won't try to do voices here except for the changing in pitch. I've been trying to sing. I wrote a song one time, but I never really got back into doing that because it was an extension of a writing project I was working on. So, as far as singing, I tried, but I don't think I'm very good. So in terms of other things to do on the channel, I could talk about my writing. Some of it is... some of it's darker themed, but other stuff is not so darker themed. So I could talk about that stuff. There early on, a lot of my writing, not all of it, but certain parts. I have a book. It was that I was still working on, was called The Land of Forever. Basically, the story behind that was that again, this going into the concept that God played a role in a lot of my earlier writings. In certain books. So not I have my what's the other one? I can't remember what it's called. The Days of War, maybe, or maybe it was a different title. There was a book series that I was working on, but that didn't have the God concept. It actually had a different theological background than a Christian background. But this particular Land of Forever book was specifically this is legitimately set in a world where God exists. You actually see him at one point, or see some you gotta get what I'm saying. You don't actually see God, but there's a moment where the main character visualizes a conversation with him. So in that world, basically what happens is, as God is creating, he creates our world per se, and the main character is a priest. And he's part of a church that, again, it's fantasy, obviously, but in this world, he is what's known as a silencer. So his job is basically, at first, I'm guessing, what their job was to, if somebody was talking out against the church, kind of like crusaders and stuff like that, they would go out and be like, hey, you need to stop. And if you don't, then bad stuff's going to happen to you, basically. So that is what the main character was. And his wife was religious along with him, but he went through the church and did all that stuff. But she was an archaeologist who stumbled on some I never really got to the part where I talked about what she found. Actually, I never really fleshed out what she found, but she found something that she shouldn't have, and so the church had to silence her, and they sent her husband, the main character, to do it. And it was really weird because now that I think about it, you have this back and forth idea that on one hand there's the like God exists in this world, so it's not like she found something that disproved him. So maybe she found something that proved him, like that would be a very weird conceptual thing, where in a world where God exists, there would be certain groups that wouldn't want you to know that he actually exists, because then you could bypass their system or something like that. Anyway, so the main idea is he's basically like, I don't even care at this point, because he had to silence his wife, so he's sent to a different world. And this is the main premise, is that God also created a separate world, which was basically like a starter. Like, it's basically all it is like a valley, but it's a pretty big valley. And if you travel too far in one, like, there's a desert on both sides, and then there's mountains on the top and bottom. So if you travel into the mountains, if you survive, you would actually end up on the other side. So it's just a really small planet, but it's there's like misty. It's really weird, because like on the left and right there's the deserts, and if you go into the desert, you'll end up just coming out on the other side of the desert. So it's very small. And in this world, people were larger, so they were giants, but then there was also smaller people, and this is kind of where like God figured out, okay, they should be smaller, because if I make them too big, then they run out of room, I guess, something like that. But at one point, the giants and the humans started to have children, and so now you have, I call them juggernauts, where basically they were not giants, but they weren't humans, and they all had like these special abilities based on the elements of where they were born, just like giants would be like frost giants, earth giants, stuff like that. So that's, and then that story is basically about the main character trying to save the people of that world. So the humans, basically, because they're being repressed, oppressed, enslaved, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, that's a whole long side tangent into my writing, just a little bit of an example of that. So if you're interested in seeing any of that stuff, I can always bring it out. I can work on it, I guess. I can. If I'm going to be doing YouTube full time, then why not open up some of those other projects that I could do full time as well. But yeah, that's just something to consider. And I don't know how long this video is at this point, but let's check. Kapow! We're at 23 minutes, which isn't too bad. So like I said, I do have a green screen. If you want me to try out some green screen stuff, we'll just play around with it. We'll like, I'll meet, I don't know, I'll meet Mario. Or however we want to do it. I don't know. Kind of looks like these little paint strokes in here look like, excuse me, they look like little clouds on there too. But I am kind of just rambling because I ran out of stuff to talk about. But absolutely, if you would like to see any of that stuff, let me know. If there's any ideas that you have for the channel, let me know. We'll incorporate it. So yeah, we're just having a good time. We're having fun. So remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.